So I can tell you on our vehicles here, a lot of times there's such a.
Turn the light on. Oh yeah, you have a nice smile.
Well, can we go over here? The light, I can barely see you. It's so bright in my eyes.
Is this that bright?
Yeah, I can't. I can hardly see anything behind. There's like blinding me almost.
Oh, you're in the light now.
I'll get in the light. I'll get in the good light here for you. So I can tell you on our vehicles, a lot of times the batteries, there's such an electrical pull on the batteries that
We're in Branson, Missouri.
The batteries will actually die on them. So we go to have like an emergency situation, we go to hit the car, hit the button to start, and they just won't start. So a lot of times we leave them running all throughout the night, so that way they stay charged up, and we can actually get to emergencies whenever they.
See, all the PDs I've gone to, right, and all the places I've been, all the cops that I know, I've never once heard of an electrical short or malfunction.
Yeah.
When you're turning a car on a cold stop.
Yeah,
How many times does that happen to you?
I can say every day I get in my car and my battery's dead, it has to be jumped.
This one here.
The SUV over there, yes sir.
So then maybe that they're not giving you good vehicles. What I'm saying, like maybe it's time to get some new vehicles.
Hey, you know what? You give me a brand new car, I'd be the happiest man on earth.
If you have a normal operating vehicle, it won't short in a cold start.
Typically
right?
not, yeah. Typically it's the batteries have just like drained down and they're dead. So.
Branson's #1 export is what? Tourism, right? Sure. And they're not. What are they not? They're just not giving you the budget.
So I can tell you that we a lot of times they just don't put the most expensive batteries in the cars.
So. I mean,
So is it the computers that are drawing it down,
yeah, so
or
basically we have
lights?
computers, we have ticket printers, we have radios, we have all of this stuff that just takes like.
They're running a
electrical
Mercedes
on
on a Honda. They're cutting corners. So let me ask you a question. Long run, say
Hey, Furlap.
over the course of a year, because Missouri gets hot, it also gets cold.
Sure.
Over the course of a year, do you think you're spending more money on every vehicle and an on-duty officer wasting gas, or do you think you're spending more money outfitting 3 to 4 new vehicles for the most routine patrol officers?
Yeah, it's a great question for our city shop. So the one that takes care of the batteries. So.
I'll tell you one thing, right? If you had 20 patrol officers on, right? Like say for example, a bigger city, that would you would still spend less if you got 4 to 5 new vehicles. That's why I asked.
Sure.
So it's cheaper. So they'd rather spend the public's money and shortchange them on giving them the right life-saving equipment should they need it.
Okay. I can say we lease our vehicles so they get replaced about every couple of years anyway. So, but
You
yeah,
guys-
the
you
2 SUVs
guys-
are owned
you
by
guys
us.
lease them out.
So
we lease
just
them
the
out.
2 SUVs are on, the rest of them are leased.
Well, we have several of them that we own, but we do fully leasing now. We own the SUVs outright because
Okay.
they were a little bit older. So
That's
we own
a
them
new
outright,
thing
so.
in the past 5-6 years.
Yeah, we've started doing that here pretty recently. So they cycle the cars out like every couple of years with Enterprise. So leasing it-
Oh, with Enterprise. Okay.
With Enterprise.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. So do you think I could I rent that?
Probably not right now.
Could I go for a spin in it?
Not right now. How's that sound? But we are hiring, so if you want to come put in a job application, you yourself can very well be
CM
driving
I would
TEG.
say I wouldn't be able to do that because I have felonies, but I just did a story on an officer that had 12 felonies and 3 of them were for domestic assaults, and he
my.
became a police officer.
Where was that at?
So that was in Cranston, Rhode Island.
Princeton, Rhode
Yeah,
Island.
the
Wow.
finest. Yeah.
Wow.
12 felonies and then 3 domestic abuses, and he became one of Rhode Island's finest.
Wow, that's insane.
Yeah.
That is insane.
Well, and let me ask you, y'all have something I've never seen before,
Yeah.
and that is that civilian police car.
Uh-huh.
What exactly is that for?
So those are the vehicles that our police service assistants drive. They're non-commissioned people. They just, excuse me, they're like our crime scene techs. They go out to, if we have a big crime scene, we have civilians that will actually go out with us to
Okay.
help process crime scenes. They can work very minor traffic crashes. They can actually go through and direct traffic for us. Basically, freeing up an officer to be able to respond to emergency
Are they
calls.
deputized?
No, they're just non-commissioned
So-
They
personnel.
have no police power.
No police powers. No.
Would mental
They
health?
can take like very minor reports, like shoplifting reports, if the suspect isn't on scene. Past.
Okay.
Now,
Now, how have you called the police? Now, I understand there's a huge difference between a shooting, right?
Yeah.
You're responding to a shooting, or you're responding to, larceny, right?
Yeah. Of course.
So, when you're in that moment and you're that victim, there's no differentiation between either one. Like, this is the worst time of your life in that moment.
Yeah.
So if you call and Branson's finest, you need help, something just happened, they're bringing in money to the city, and a civilian shows up, like, doesn't that feel like we weren't worth the cost?
Are they plain clothes or are they uniformed?
They have like soft uniforms. It's like a polo with a logo on it. and
A logo.
whatever.
Okay.
Most of the time, initially, the police officers will get sent. Our dispatcher does a great job actually vetting the calls. So, for example, let's say we have a traffic crash on the road out here. and let's say all of the police units are tied up right then and there.
Exactly.
Sometimes they will send out the civilian to go sit behind them with their emergency lights on until the officers can get down there and actually work the crash.
Okay.
Another example would be they handle. Yeah, go ahead. They handle all of our a lot of our online reports and stuff like that. So if we have
Is
a
it all
report like
volunteer basis or
no, they're paid employees.
they're paid employees? So they are vetted in background checks and
Correct.
all of that. They're just civilian, don't have badges.
Correct. Yep.
Okay.
They just have civilian powers. They handle a lot of our online reports and stuff like that in that situation. So.
Okay, because he travels all over the country, and I've gone a couple of places. I've never heard of a civilian vehicle, police vehicle.
So I can tell you that some agencies north of us here, Springfield, they have a couple of civilians, but they call them they're I don't know what it's called. It's like a kind of a traffic unit. They handle a lot of the downtown parking situations, hand out parking tickets and whatnot. Our civilians do have the ability to write parking tickets in our downtown district. They don't do that too often right now just because there's a lot of other stuff that goes on that they end up taking care of.
Now, is this part of the police department? Or
This is actually City Hall, so we've been here for a very long time. City Hall was here. We kind of reside in the basement of City Hall. We are, I think, about 12,000 square feet down here. We're getting ready to build a new property out kind of in the central area of town. We actually purchased a theater that was getting ready to be torn down, and we're actually
You're going to refurbish it.
Are you
Okay.
doing a 70s review?
I'm sorry?
A 70s review? Can you disco? We just saw
No, you
Queens
wouldn't.
and Queen tonight.
You wouldn't want me to do that, so
Let
that'd
me
be about
ask
the
you a
worst thing
question,
you'd see.
sir.
Of course.
I appreciate your service.
Yeah, thank you.
I saw you go bag in the trunk, in the back seat.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Let's take it. I was
That's
just, I
awesome.
was just doing some investigation.
yeah.
Now let me ask you a question.
Okay,
You
this
seem like
is
nice
this a
guy.
big one?
It's not a big one.
Okay, all right.
I mean, it could be. I guess you get to decide that.
I'll trade you a question for a question.
Sure.
Where are you guys from?
My house.
Okay, you guys from here in Branson, or you guys out from someplace out of state or something?
Well, fair question though. You asked me where I'm from.
Yeah, we
I
see
told
tourists
you.
all over the place here. So, yeah.
No, I'm from the East Coast.
Okay, gotcha.
All right, so here we go, right?
Yep.
Now, I'll be fair.
Okay.
I don't have any reasonable articulable suspicion
Okay.
or probable cause
No.
to
Okay.
believe that you have been, are currently in the commission of, or about to be involved in a felony,
Sure.
misdemeanor, city ordinance violation,
Of
what
course.
have you. However, for citizen safety,
Mm-hmm.
do you mind if I conduct a quick cursory search, a brief pat down?
No, I'm not gonna let you do that.
Now, let me ask you a question. When you guys pull someone over or you have a consensual encounter with someone,
Mhm.
do you go through the whole spiel that listen, you don't have to, there's no probable cause.
Sure.
Do you mind, or do you say, fair question, do you mind if I give you a quick search?
Sometimes I'll do that. Yeah.
But wouldn't it make more sense? And this is a good conversation. Like, some people don't know their rights, right? So, like, you served, and a better man than I to have
Like in
served.
the military?
Yeah.
I did not serve in the military.
Oh, I thought you said, saw a go back, so I asked you, sir. Okay, never mind.
I may have misunderstood what you were saying. so.
Rewind the question. That's
Yeah.
okay. So, but folks paid a high price for that freedom. So before you would just take a man's Fourth Amendment right, wouldn't you say? Just so you know, man. I know that you kind of want to. If you tell someone they don't have to be searched, they might say no. But don't you think it's better to say, hey man, just like what I did to you,
Mhm.
you don't have to let me search. You're kind of like if you see a passenger in a vehicle. I'm sure you don't say, listen guys, you're a passenger in a vehicle. I don't have any RAS. I really can't make you give me your ID.
Yeah.
But just for officer safety, I'd like to see it. Do you mind if I run it? That conversation doesn't happen. It's usually, I get an ID. So why do you think that might be helpful so the people can learn a little bit more to kind of say that
Sure.
beforehand?
Yeah, I kind of go, and the way I handle conduct my business is I like to talk to people. I engage people in conversation.
Can y'all hear him?
I like to be able to talk to people instead of down at them.
One's
so for
in
me
the chat if
personally,
you
I
can
like
hear
to be
the
able to say,
officer.
hey, listen, you're out here walking in dark street behind this building, whatever the situation is. And a lot of times I'll ask them, hey, could be armed with something like that.
Thank
Can I give you a quick
Can
search?
be
You know what I
answered.
would say if I was walking behind a dark building at night and you asked me if you could search me? You know what I'd tell you to do?
Hopefully,
Go fuck yourself 6
pound
ways to
sand.
Sunday.
Yeah, sure.
Probably. Well, I have a family show, so I'd probably say something a little bit worse. Like that was the PG version. Of what you just said.
That was
But
the PG version.
That was the PG.
Oh,
What I'd
okay. I hate to
probably
hear
do
that. I hate to hear the R.
Is I'd be like,
version.
hey, do you have anything? What's your name?
T.
Sergeant T.
Yep, Sergeant T. Yes, sir.
Anything on your Shinoba?
Me, no.
Nothing? Any drugs in the vehicle?
Nope.
Nothing's gonna poke me, stick me, prod me.
Nothing.
You're looking suspicious. You're wearing all black.
Yeah,
I
little.
see some insignia. Could you be part of a gang?
I could be. I could be
You're
part of a
suspicious.
gang. Yeah.
The city hall's closed at night.
City Hall's
suspicious
closed.
person.
Yeah, outside the police
So
station
like,
here.
yeah, And I know you listen. It's a tourist town. You have to protect not just the community members, but your population swells times 10, right? And you have to do certain things. I always hate when I see officers like, hey, you fit a description. You look suspicious. Like, listen, if I'm breaking a law, come tell me what law I've broken. Articulate. Once you got probable cause, take my ID. That's fine.
Yeah.
But I mean, and I do think it's helpful because listen, I don't think it's going to screw up your statistics too bad. There's some people that will literally. I had an official I was visiting at City Hall, and I literally said a cop could tase you and beat you. You'd probably do anything. You'd let him do anything, wouldn't you? Just because he's a cop. And he's like, yeah, I would. Like, so you're probably going to get people being like, listen, yeah, go ahead, search me naked if that makes you feel better. God bless the blue.
Yeah.
Bareback it until the balls drop. But like, I think it'd be better for. I'm being serious. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just saying, like, I think it'd bring more of a connection to people and police if you just say, listen, man, you don't have to let me, just so you know, but I'd like to. It would help me in my investigation. I would appreciate your cooperation, because then it feels like you're talking to me because you're asking something of me. You're not flexing a badge on me, because
Rather
the only way
than
you're getting
demanding.
anything from me is if I'm in handcuffs. That, like, you're not getting shit ever.
Yeah. No, I don't blame you. Yeah.
Not you, not any cop. Like, and I'm not leaving public spaces. I'm going to jail. And that's it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think you're a very nice guy, and I think
Thank
it'd be
you.
great for someone like you that is in a position that's very personable, very kind, ties to the community. To maybe try. Do you try using that in the future?
I typically do. I mean,
Is this your
I
first
realize that
post?
what's that?
Is this your first post?
Yes. Yes.
How long have you been?
I've been here for 12 years now.
12 years. Okay,
Yeah,
so over a
I'm
decade.
one of the old people in the PD now, so
So you're not new to this. You're true to this.
yeah, been here a long time. So
You see a lot of guys come and go, and because it's a tourist city.
as far as like employees go,
Yeah.
we have a pretty stable base.
So not a lot of
Let's say.
laterals to other departments.
We had a pretty big issue here the last 3-4 years. Just we had a lot of turnover, a lot of guys coming, a lot of guys leaving and going into the private sector.
Right.
A lot of guys actually went into insurance. Apparently, if you're a police officer, you just go into if you're a police officer, you just
I
go
don't
to
see lights on.
insurance there. So
I don't see lights on.
yeah, I don't know what they're going to. I've been trying to listen to my radio, but I turned it down so I could talk to you guys.
Well, that's perfect, because I actually bought, because you guys know about Castify, so I went and I spent $800 on an encrypted radio, so we could join you
Oh yeah,
on the
okay.
calls. Of course, I assume we're invited as long as we, stay within the boundaries of the First Amendment and the law.
Suppose if you can figure out how to listen to it on the radio, knock yourself out. I have no idea how to.
Well, we listen,
Yeah.
and then we go.
Oh, okay.
So we typically, sometimes, most of the time, we actually get there before you guys do. As soon as it's over dispatch, we go and we observe and make sure that the people are served. And if they are served well, then the officer that so serves them gets the recognition that they deserve.
Yeah, we promote the good as well as the bad. I mean, that's
Sure.
part of the
Absolutely.
accountability.
Well, that's good because being a supervisor, I'm in charge of like 8 guys tonight, and so I mean, certainly if any of my guys are having problems and they're doing something wrong, I want to know about that so I can help fix that problem. But I also want to be able to recognize them for the good they're doing because.
So emergency lights, if we're responding to a call and we're accessing the speed limit, that's probably something we tell you guys to do, right?
Make sure their lights are on
Yes.
So, like,
yes.
when they're
this guy-
speeding.
And this guy's pulling out at a high rate of speed. I'm assuming he's going to a call. Why else would he drive like an asshole? Right?
Yeah,
Wouldn't
I
make
would think
sense.
so, yeah.
But he doesn't have his lights on.
Yeah.
Right? So if I'm a little kid and I'm turning the corner right there and I see blue lights and I hear the light.
Yeah, I hear the
I'll
sirens
know to
now.
get out of
Something
it.
there. I don't
When
know.
he got up
Yeah.
on the main road, he
Could be a
cut him
medical
on.
problem or something. We're not able to hear like the fire channels and stuff.
Yeah,
like
no,
that,
that's an
so.
ambo for sure. That's not PD. You know how,
Hey,
you can probably
famously.
tell the difference because you're a cop between the sound.
Hey, banana. I see you in there.
Police guys are short of silent.
What's the worst place you guys have like been to where it's like the worst agency you guys have seen?
Worst police?
Yeah.
Oh my
The,
God!
the place that gives you like the worst.
Throw a dot
feeling.
on a map.
It's all over.
Is it?
It's all over. It just depends. The area has a lot to do with it. Who's pulled over, who's chased, has a lot to do with it. And a lot of
Major news syndicates. We're terrorists.
yeah.
Me specifically.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm a danger to your very community just being here right
Oh
now.
man, I feel frightened.
Yeah,
should,
we we have actually had one of our auditors. A letter went out saying that he was a danger that
wow.
they wanted to have a city council meeting on him. And I'm like, for a camera.
Hmm.
Because he's trying to hold you accountable, make sure you're doing your job.
Sorry, can you repeat? I think this is asking me if I was secure. If you're asking me if I'm secure, yes, I am. Thank you.
No, he's 10-8. You've been great. Appreciate you've been great. We've been, just amazed by your professionalism.
Of course, yeah, absolutely. Where's your guys' YouTube channel, if you don't mind me asking?
Hold on, I just want to hear this call, see if we get an address. I need to look at it. Do we got a 6 on that side?
No, I don't know where they're
Well,
See, I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
The blue line flag. When it's to me.
Oh, the one on the wall in there?
Yeah.
To me, growing up, it was always American flag. And when I go there, it was the people's building. It was, we the people, Americans. When I see that, it's like
Somebody
it's
drop YouTube
separating
turns,
me
please.
from, it's like you against us, and it kind of, offends me. And so I just.
I understand there are people out there
Well,
that have
separate
the
from it being
feeling of-
illegal. So it's a federal building, right? So if you're gonna fly a flag in a federal building, it has to be.
Well, it's city building.
Excuse me.
Not
I mean,
a federal
city,
building here, yeah.
state, federal.
Sure.
So and separate from.
I had to
like,
correct you. I didn't want you to get one over.
Separate
Yeah,
from the
yeah.
U.S. flag code that everyone cites.
Yeah.
If it's in a public capacity, right? Like not like a little blue line flag that some kids wrote on and they gave it because they don't know any better yet.
Yeah.
Like the flag should be red, white, and blue. People didn't die for that one; they died for this one.
Of course, yeah.
But that's in a sitting government. You know what I mean? A city administration. It's actually illegal to display any political flags other than the red, white, and blue. So it's actually illegal. I'm surprised no one's sued him for it.
I was always under the impression the legality of it. I could be very wrong because I'm not sure. I didn't serve in the military, like I said earlier, but I've always been under the impression that the legality of it was true to the extent of it being like the standard flag size, not something that was made like a poster board or something like that. I thought that
No,
it
so
only
if
went
it's
under the actual
if
flag.
so like if it's like in dispatch, little silver, like a little blue line thing, that's completely different. However, that's a statistical fact.
Sure, yeah, that makes sense.
Especially if you're unarmed.
Yeah.
It's
Unless
like-
you're golfing like I do, in which case I like to golf in the middle of rainstorms, in which case that's probably not a good. My chance is probably going.
But you're very nice. Like
Yeah.
I don't have a gripe against cops. I just think that there's certain things that you, everyone can do.
Sorry, guys.
Okay,
Got it
system
back.
can always get better, right?
All right. Did you see the video of your guys come out today? Was there any talk about any YouTube videos that released?
So there are a couple other auditors that come in the area that
Like who? Do you remember who?
a guy by the name of JC. He likes to come around and
Oh, JC.
yeah, JC likes to come around and
Does he?
I've never met him.
Is
believe
he
it
a
or
nice
not,
guy?
but, more or less, I suppose.
What do you think the chances are I get his phone number?
Oh, I have no idea what it is.
You
He
talking
might
about
have it,
JC
who
News
knows?
now?
Yeah.
JC News Now. That's it.
Have you seen this one yet?
So is this y'all's YouTube channel?
Oh, no, he's just the guy I watch. He's really cool. But have you seen this video yet? You know these guys?
What's going on, man?
Oh yeah.
You seen this video?
No, I haven't seen this
Just
video.
doing
No.
a quick check. Suspicious vehicle in the area.
This wasn't
so
today,
come
though,
check
was it?
out, man.
I don't know.
He didn't work today, so.
Anything from me?
So you do know him.
Question, anything the car should know about?
This is you. I hear the voice. What does your shirt say?
Did you come to say hi? You don't have to go. We were just having fun. We were gonna go out to the bar and
Where
was
is
gonna
this
commit some
at?
crimes. It's okay. What's going on, guys?
Oh, it is me. Oh no. Don't watch that.
Yeah. So I can tell you the flag over there. That was actually painted and drew by one of our Citizens Academy graduates. We put on a Citizens Academy every year.
Was he brain dead when he drew it?
She very artsy. I don't know much about the thing or whatever, but anyway, she drew that, and so they like.
See, that makes sense. So like, people can be artsy and have no taste. Like I look at Picasso.
Let's go over here and take a look at this flag that they're talking about so that you'll know.
But you know what you can do? You can burn it.
Well, I'm not going to, because that'll probably get me in trouble with my chief. But if you were to talk to the chief to have them,
You like the whole like blue line, like.
you know, for me, I'm probably like the most non-cop when I'm off duty. I don't like to try to.
You don't like.
I know it's hard to see it, but that is the artist's rendition of the flag.
Like to fish and hike.
Angel Accountability, we are in Branson, Missouri. Hey, firm.
He's like, oh, you guys harass the police, yo. She said, don't defund. I was like, let me ask you a question. You would say don't defund, regardless of what that cop just did. You don't have to know what he just did. You're gonna do
Banana,
damage to the
you're
fucking-
absolutely
Boot it
right.
till the wheels fall off. You're a moron. You know what I mean? Because there's more bad cops than there are bad doctors, and I'm suing a doctor if they screw up my heart. And I could have heart
Thank you
surgery
for that.
because I'm a fat
What about
ass.
lawyers? How do you feel about lawyers?
Oh, nasty snakes. By the way, my counselor, I got my attorney. I did not mean
Better safe
you
face here.
specifically. But hey, listen, I appreciate it, man.
All right.
Thank you very
What's
much.
your guys'
You've
YouTube
been
channel so I
very
can look it up? I want to see how I did later. I want to see what people say about me.
Should I tell him? He's been pretty nice. Should I tell him?
Well, mine's Heather
I
Holt.
get a very
You
very
can't.
small one. Yeah, Heather Holt. Is her-
Heather Holt,
Do you have your
okay.
phone? You get your phone. I know you do. Do you have your YouTube channel? You can just go on YouTube real quick. I'll give it to you so
Alright.
that way you can save it for later. 'Cause you might forget. You can check it for me. See if it's still there. I might have got taken down yet.
Okay.
It could have been. You never know.
Yeah, yeah, well,
Alright,
yeah, it's
type
YouTube.
in accountability. Watch right when you get towards accountability. Wait, what's going on?
Accountability for all. Is that
Oh shit! I'm the first thing that pops up. How am I doing?
Oh, you're just a little channel.
I just a little. Oh,
it? There you are. Okay.
Hit
Accountability
the subscribe. Can you hit the
For all.
subscribe?
No. Oh, you got
I need one.
129. You don't need mine.
I
You
need
don't
every
mine.
single one
All right,
counts.
here,
Let me
look
see
here.
it. Oh, look at you.
Here,
You're a
watch this.
gem.
Watch this. You watch this. You watch it. You
Yep,
watching?
I'm watching. Set the notifications for all.
Oh.
Wow, look at you. That's my man.
Oh, I hit none.
Oh, that's
Because I meant to hit unsubscribe.
that's fucked, man. That's fucked up.
All right, hey,
Ricky!
listen, good talking to you guys. You guys have any more questions
Appreciate
for
it.
me?
Nah, be safe, man.
No.
Appreciate you doing a good job.
I would,
Let's
with
see
the
that
cars
picture.
running, because we see it everywhere.
Yeah.
They say, well, it's because we've got our computers running. We're like, yeah, but at the price gas is right now, and a lot of places have emissions. And if I leave my car running, I'm getting a ticket.
Idling laws are very serious.
Where would you get a ticket for that?
In
Is that
Tru-
out in, like New York or wherever?
Well, I know it's a fact in California. If you leave it
California,
running,
Indiana, Massachusetts, New York, New Jersey.
Yeah.
I can think of about 3 others off the top of my head. They all have
Wow.
idling laws. If you leave it running more than 15 minutes,
For a second,
you're going to get a
so
ticket.
Probably not going to get that in Missouri.
But our big thing is, if we got to follow the laws,
Yeah.
y'all
Well, this is
should
Missouri.
too.
Feel free to leave your car idle as long as you'd like.
Unless-
Appreciate
I
that.
understand what you guys are
Animal.
saying, and certainly it does make sense that hey, if we don't have to be burning the gas, we don't really want to. Like I said, I can tell you for ours, it's just a matter of kind of necessity, just because again
To get out
cars
the door
will
and
die.
go.
If let's say we had a shooting or a robbery happen down the street, and you guys were say the victims, you guys would want us to get there as quick as we could, right? To be able to take care of business.
but I'd want you to get there as quick as you can in vehicles that weren't corner cuts.
Yeah, no, I completely
You know what I
agree.
mean?
with you.
Like,
yeah.
There's
completely
no
agree with you.
any
Yeah.
police vehicle in America that's operational should be able to fire up after a cold stop.
No, I completely
You'd
agree.
feel better
Yeah.
about it, and it should happen. And
Yeah.
that's what happens with those leased fucking vehicles. They take the Explorers, like after they reach like I think 60,000-70,000 miles, and they ship them to you guys. You know what I mean? Like you're normally trading them in after 130 to 150,
Yeah.
especially in a city like this where you're doing a lot of driving.
Yeah.
I mean, so what are you gonna get? You're gonna get
Sergeant
30,000
Tag,
miles out of a shitty
TEG.
car that wasn't ever built as an interceptor package.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I mean,
Yeah,
it's not
so
your fault.
all of our cars we get are brand new straight out of the gates, and they get recycled after 3 years. I don't know we necessarily have a mileage limit on them, but like I said, it's kind of on a timetable. Once we get them January 21 or 22, and 3 years after that, in January they get cycled out. And they
Cycled
send us
out.
a couple more, and we get out
Okay.
them and stuff like that. So, and I'm not saying we do a poor job. I'm just saying
Can I
'cause
go,
our
can I
vehicles are
go
really
for a
pretty
ride in
good,
the back
so.
seat real quick?
Well, I only take them one place, and that's the county.
Can you
And that's
Well, I
only
was
if you got
gonna
cuffs
say,
on.
Tase him. Who are you to him? Do you know him? How do you know him?
He'll tell you, I'm just an American hero. I'm just
American
kidding.
hero.
So I was gonna say, I've never been in the back seat with my hands free to move.
You want to go look at it?
I know, I've already looked inside. Were you doing that? I slowly backed away and checked out your registration and everything. I mean,
Yeah.
you're VIN. Before I go, do you want to see my ID? Anything?
I'm good.
You sure? Can I see your ID real quick?
Give you my business card. How's that?
Oh,
sound?
that would be
Sounds
lovely.
Sounds good. I don't want to show it to the
You
camera.
guys
I
want
don't
some stickers?
I don't want to see the phone number. Does it have a badge on it?
It does have a
No,
badge
don't
on
give
it.
me a sticker. You know why? I got deputized the other day, and as soon as I had a badge, I became a tyrant.
Thank you very much.
Absolute power corrupted me.
This guy's a
Absolutely.
funny one, isn't it? I like it.
It did. It did. As soon as I was deputized to help light up a tire so we could see if it was damaged, as soon as I was deputized, I ordered that my friend be tased. Absolute power corrupting the absolute.
I like that. So,
Hey,
all
I
right, folks.
appreciate it.
Appreciate you
Have a
guys. Have a
good
good night. Okay.
Thank you. And thank you for explaining about the citizen programs as well.
Yeah, oh, that's what I was telling you about. We do that. So the Citizens Academy, we do that once a year.
Uh-huh.
We just invite people in to go through and just learn a little bit more about the PD. It's like an 8-week long deal every Tuesday night. So it's a great program. A lot of people have really enjoyed it.
The only thing going through my head is Citizens on Patrol.
Freeze!
Stop in the name of love.
There you go.
Be good.
Thank you. Have a good
You
one.
shake it more than twice. You're playing with it, Sarge. Don't forget. That's the reason I stopped doing that. Hey, you got the most funny auditor here. Tell JC I said it.
Yeah, if you see JC, tell him we were out here.
Yeah, JC, I'll tell him if you.
I don't know if y'all got to see it earlier, but here's the citizen. It says Police Service Assistant. That's for the CSI and whoever else goes out with them. That was Sergeant Tegg from the Branson PD that stopped to speak with us about the running vehicle and the civilian police car. And as AFA would say, that's why we stopped you today. Love you guys. See you later.
Strike you if you use my tag again.
What did he say when he